Good morning, everyone. Welcome to today's market Sitrep. It is the 1st of May, 2023, and we got a new month starting up and giving us some interesting perspectives on the charts. Let me know if sound is okay. Let's see, everything looks okay on my side, except that the camera seems to be spazzing out a bit. Oh, it could be because this is blue. Oh, well. Yeah, that is a bit annoying. All right, maybe we'll take this off, huh? Maybe it'll make it better. Yeah, it seems to be annoying the camera a little bit. I'm not sure. That's fine. There we go. Is it better now? No, it's passing out still. Okay, well now you got the orange or red. Anyway, I hope you're all doing very well and that you had a nice weekend. And yeah, I had a nice weekend myself. I was away from the charts. I was traveling, having a nice time, and on purpose, I did not want to look at anything that was chart related or markets related because I wanted to come in here today and have a fresh perspective, which is, I think, very important, especially if you've been heavily watching the markets or trading, especially if you're day trading or even scalping in the lower time frames. It's very easy to get stuck in those biases that you make for every day, and whatever was happening on Friday, on Thursday, on Wednesday. Great moves and fantastic week. It was very fun. But now it's a new week, so I want to start fresh. I don't want to get stuck with, oh yeah, there was a retracement here or a push to that price. I don't care about that now. I want to just challenge myself to find something that maybe I didn't see before. Yeah, because the information is here. It's available on the charts, as you can see. You can see it. I can see it. The question is, can we process it correctly? Can we actually notice nuances or changes that are saying, hey, this is going this way or is going that way? So yeah, that's why I like to do that, especially when there's a new monthly candle like now. Yeah, has that changed anything? Has it given me perhaps a new monthly level of resistance, support, whatever, that I can play with and that I can use into my analysis for the coming month, of course, not just a week. So it's a very important stream, I believe, or an important plan, not just the beginning of the week, but at the beginning of a month. So yeah, let's see if you guys are in here already. Nice. Good morning. Hello. Sound is good. Thank you, Harun. Thank you. Buenos días, máquina. Good morning. Buenos días. Espero que estés bien. Good morning, everybody. All right. Then let's get started. Well, first of all, I'm going to show you a monthly chart, of course. We're going to start on BTC. Then we're going to jump to SPX, so S&P 500. We're going to cover, and I also want to look at Apple real quick. We're going to cover DXY, the US dollar index, the EURUSD pair, which can be, for example, you don't have to, but I like to use it as a possibility to trade that. Quick look at gold as well, and then maybe wrap up with Ethereum if time allows. Yeah, I don't want to go for too long. And it is Labor Day in some parts of the world, but in others it isn't. So it is very interesting because London, for example, the London Stock Exchange is closed today. Shanghai is closed. Tokyo is closed. So a lot of the Asian markets as well. But New York will be open. Yeah. So it's a bit of a mixed up bag kind of day. In the sense that volume wise or volatility wise, maybe it's not as spectacular as a regular day can be. But still, to get warmed up for the week, why not? Yeah, we can start up with that. Yeah, the camera is completely spazzing out. I have no idea what's going on. But the important thing is that you guys see the chart. And if the sound is good, I think that's okay. Yeah, just ignore the picture then. All right. So let's start with BTC, and here we are, Bitcoin. Last month closed higher than March. That means there is no monthly level to play with, but we can already notice that this is an area that has been already visited in the past. Look at this, December 20 and January 21. Yeah, also monthly kind of opening, closing and opening around this area. So it's an area of interest for sure. And of course, it was support back in 2021. If you were observing this or trading this, was also a very interesting area of support. And now what? Yeah, are we back testing it as resistance and moving back down, or are we going to claim it and move back up? Of course, yeah, that's the question in everyone's mind. And one easy thing you can do, or I like to do, is just use this June 2021 low pivot as kind of a reference point. And you can already see on the monthly time frame that we did not manage to close above it in March, but we did in April. And now we're kind of like, oh my goodness, we're falling below it. Yeah. But the month just started. Yeah. That was my point. That's why I said that before. Give it some time. Yeah. Let's see. I'm especially interested in this week to see how things get going before we can actually, make any statements about this monthly candle. So it's a very, very fresh one. Yeah. Let's take it easy for now. Monthly level wise, we do have this little weird one down here, but hey, monthly is monthly at 23K, and the next one up to the top side would be 45.5. So these are very far away, not really useful for right now or for this week, possibly. Not possibly, man. Well, we'll see, I guess. You never know with Bitcoin, right? So yeah, the weekly time frame I think is a bit more interesting. Now we can start looking at the old range we had about a year ago. And we can already see that this high time frame pivot is still very useful. Yeah, it was very nice support until it was just blasted through. We lost it. Never even looked back. But now, since the mid-March approximately, we have been backtesting this this pivot as resistance, resistance, resistance. On the daily time frame, it's the same. It's very, very nice. And then we've started dancing around it. Yeah, push higher. Seems to claim it with a weekly candle close. Loses it the following. Yeah, so this is more of a bearish move back down here. And closing that candle this low, but in the end managed to take some local lows, nice swing failure pattern, nice reaction, move back up, and now dancing around it again. So it's very, very undecisive in that perspective still, but we can already add maybe a couple of levels to this to kind of give us you can use, of course, older levels from here. That's one option, but since now we have fresh data, I prefer that very much. And you do have that top weekly levels smiling at you here. And now we have another one of support down here, which is very nice because now we have a range. Very, very, just from the weekly time frame perspective, we have a very, very nice local, well-defined range. Yeah. So that's your support, that's your resistance, and already you can start thinking, all right, if that's my resistance and this is my support, where are we now? Smack in the middle. So is it a cool place to enter trades? Usually not. Yeah. Or at least I don't like to. But let's continue to have a look. Oh, wait, let me check. Next weekly level is down here at 22. That doesn't help me much. And to the upside, this one has already been traveled through. You can still mark this old one if you want. Yeah, because it did provide a nice reference for last week for this rejection here. And the next one, this is the next one is like 50K. So super far away. So these are the ones I'm focusing on right now. These are the interesting ones and the ones that could help me out for this week. Yeah. That is very interesting indeed. There's a couple of, oh yeah, that's the big one. But first I want to do this small one. Fixed range pool that I would do here, basically below that 28K, just for funsies. That's the idea. If you remember, the stream from the 17th of April was also a public one. We were up here, Monday the 17th. And I was favoring, if possible, of course, you know, the market will do whatever it wants, not what I want. A retracement back to the 28K area to possibly react there and start claiming everything as support again. That's always the big question. If you get to 28K, that was nice, but then what? Yeah, well, then what? It did not find support there, did not react there, went much lower, started dancing around here, spent the weekend, very, very important. That's actually one of my favorite setups. Set some very similar lows and like a double bottom. Took them out on Monday during the New York session and then started reversing. Yeah, so that's actually a very nice possibility for an entry. Yeah, but where do we go to? So this is that old range, okay? That's what I was trying to show you with this fixed range pool. That's very interesting. But now we kind of have, since if we are going to use the weekly levels like this, we could say, okay, we have a range here. You can also have your volume profile for up here. Maybe not with this guy like that. And you have you can already see point of control very close to that weekly level. Yeah, so that's looking interesting up there. That's something you should keep in mind. And of course, what I like to do is also collate all the data together just to see, okay, everything since we even approached this area on mid-March. Yeah, so now we're starting to accumulate quite a bunch of data. And then we have a very nice higher time frame value area high. You can already see it's a bit dark, perhaps. I don't know if you can see it well, but there's a high volume node here right around the weekly level and that old point of control. So that's definitely a very, very interesting area and a very valid area of resistance to keep an eye on. Here we have a bit of volume accumulating as well because we've been spending, once again, the weekend in here. That's our June pivot. Now we can, now that we've oriented ourselves with that, we don't really need it in our faces right now. The point of control of everything remains the same. It's still that 28K, and it's still a bit further down. Then you've got your weekly level, and maybe we should do some daily levels, huh? How about that? What a slacker. Jeez. So that would be your untapped daily level to the top, which is pretty much the weekly. That just makes the weekly level even juicier. Yeah. So I would not leave both of these here because it's too annoying, but they're definitely valid. Yeah. Just pick one. I would probably keep the weekly. This one has been tapped already as support, and this one as well. So we actually don't have any untapped daily levels to the downside. In other words, after they were created, yeah, if you don't revisit them, they're untapped, right? And if you do revisit them, then they're tapped, and I remove them unless they're very important for higher time frame ideas. But I guess what we could do is pick the lowest one available, which would be this one here. Okay, let me turn on the fixed range so you can see better. That is your lowest available daily level, right? So you can use that to extend your range a little bit. But we don't really have an untapped one to the downside. All right. Another thing to have to pay attention to is here, from this high to this low. It's not strange that we have not been able, or the price after this Wednesday was crazy, man. What a crazy Wednesday. After that move here, price has not been able to stabilize up here and has rejected, and now it seems to be moving back into the meat of this entire big fat range, yeah? Which means if you lose the value area high, you can start thinking, all right, point of control, weekly level at the bottom, very nice support, and then the value area low, daily level. Since we don't have anything untapped here, then of course we do have to start thinking about the possibility of attacking any stop losses that might be below the lows down there as well, yeah? All right, so that's resistance to the upside, the 786 lining up very nice with that weekly level. So that's a very, very cool area of interest if price gets up there. Possible short positions, unless it comes too strong, and that's when it's important to check the reaction. To see how is price getting there. Yeah, if it's just blasting through and shorts are getting destroyed, then I'm not gonna stand in the way. Let it go. Yeah, just let it fly. That's fine. I don't really mind. It's fine for me too. What about to the downside? Let's see what we can look for. So as you can already see, I'd like to get as close to the edges as possible. Ooh, that's nice. That's nice. Man, I mean, come on, dude. Great. Why complicate your life when you can just make it simple, dude? All right, now we're talking. So once again, 28K area of interest, and this is sweet. This is very sweet. That is very, very sweet. So these two lining up very nicely. Yeah, you're looking for things lining up. This is lining up nicely. This is lining up. This entire area, of course, becomes very interesting. So those are areas of interest. I like this up here. I like this here. I like this here. And I have to admit, I like this one too. So, I mean, we don't have to go that low. We don't have to. And it could get a little nasty, yeah? If you reach this area here impulsively down here, you could start actually, doing some more bearish things. Yeah, so this one is a bit more careful. Yeah, so more bullish would be perhaps here is fine, here is fine. Yeah, these two, like this box, but not necessarily that low. That one is one where I would be a bit more patient, so to speak. Yeah, I caught off of the corner of my eye. Nice to hear your voice. Thank you, Nico. Sound is off. What? You can't hear me? No, it's fine. It seems to be okay on my end. Can someone else confirm? Nico is saying that sound is off, but for me it looks fine. Head and shoulders pattern on the daily. Adolfo is saying on the daily time frame, head and shoulders pattern. Percival purge of liquidity below and see a fake out before going higher. Yeah, sound of stream is good. All right. So yes. So what Nico is saying, let me just, Adolfo is saying is this. These are we're doing some sort of a head and shoulders kind of pattern, right? These are patterns that are relatively easy to recognize. That's why I don't like them. And I actually like to counter trade them if possible. Thank you for the sound confirmation. Got me worried there for a second. So if this is to be the case, fair enough. Of course, it can happen. But then you need to pay attention to volume. And that's what most people do not do, is pay attention to how the volume is developing. If this is to be a valid head and shoulders pattern, then on this leg, specifically now, volume needs to start increasing. And I mean bearish volume. I mean heavy selling. And there's no buying whatsoever that can stop it at all. Yeah, it's just smashing through. Longs are getting absolutely destroyed. And once you get to the neckline, then it has to get even nastier. Yeah. So the breakdown here has to be with very savage bearish volume. Yeah. And it cannot get stuck. What does that mean? Here, let me delete this. In other words, wait, let's keep that one. If you go like this and take these lows, like I was mentioning at the beginning, and then selling gets stuck. In other words, the buying start or big buying orders absorb all of this selling, and price starts doing this, then it's a fake out. Then it's a big fake out with lots of short opening at the worst place possible. Yeah. And of course, the short squeeze that can come after that can give enough fuel for a full range rotation or even higher. Yeah. So that would be, who was Adolfo? Yeah. That would be the fake out possibility. That's what it would look like. So the extreme or the most important thing to pay attention to for this stuff is volume. Who is trading what, where, and how much? And is it doing this effectively? Is price actually going where all of these aggressive positions are trying to take it to? Yeah. So if the selling is heavy, is price moving down? Yes or no? Yeah. Because if it's not, and there's aggressive selling, then we got a problem for shorts, right? So that's how I would look at that. Definitely something we can keep in mind. Why not? That's our low daily. Let me just turn everything back on. But the cool thing is that it's something we can just store in the back of our minds. Yeah, keep in our minds. And that would be the scenario around if we reach these levels, then I would definitely be interested in seeing some sort of a reaction from here. All right. So that's something that perhaps awaits us for this week. Challenge the highs, challenge the lows of the range, right? That's just the easiest thing to do, or the most the best risk reward. Yeah, if you can enter a long position after a low has formed, you don't have to be the one catching the knife, then you have a very nice risk reward to go higher. Yeah, that's very important. The key is always that was right, sorry. The key is always to look at the possible risk reward. So if you're using the maximum possibility, let's say lows are taken, yeah, so price has to go down, come back up, for example, then you look for the other side, nice risk reward. Or if it's here from the weekly level, first you need to wait for price to get there, form that low, maybe bullish CVD divergences, that would be great, right? And then you look for the rotation. So always relatively small stop loss with a nice possibility of running. If you're entering somewhere in the middle, like right now, where are you going to put your stop loss? Here, below the wick? It's probably going to get hit. Yeah, there's a POC right under it. That makes no sense. Probably going to get hit tomorrow too. Yeah, Tuesday down. Pew. Or the weekly. No, you don't want to take the weekly either. So you have to put it here. So you see your risk reward sucks. So being in the middle just sucks either way, right? One more thing I need to show you, because it would be because of the importance of this area. I should have done that before. Sorry about that. Something you need to keep in mind about the entire chart is the fact that you can pull a fixed range pull from down here, March 2020 to now, and you can see where we're dancing around. Yeah, this is not just any other area of support and resistance. This is not just a common area of support and resistance. This is something that has been historically insane. Yeah, even more insane than 20K, guys, and gals. Yeah, even more insane than 20K. So it is okay to be messy around here, to be choppy. I'm support, I'm resistance, I'm support, I'm resistance. That's fine. Yeah, that's fine. It is to be expected. because the upside from here, if this gets claimed definitively and with power, is of course that not only you get it to the top of the local range like we're looking now, but since this was a relatively swift move down with no horizontal levels of resistance created, that this can move relatively swiftly back up to here. Okay, so that's one of the consequences that this can have. It doesn't have to. And the other one is that we do exactly the opposite. We lose the local range, relatively swift move here, and we start entering this old area again. Yeah, and we start dancing around with this stuff. Whether that holds or not, that's a different question. We'll have to see if price gets there. Yeah, there's no point in speculating about anything lower if this one's still in the way, right? So that's something to keep in mind, that this area is extremely, extremely important, but very high time frame. So a daily candle is not going to help you. A weekly candle is not going to help you. It can give you kind of a heads up. But as you can see, we're even closing weekly candles above, below. So it's like, yeah, it hasn't made up its mind. Let's see monthly wise what it looks like. Pretty much right smack. Yeah, slightly above it. Okay, fine. So I suppose that's a bit more bullish. But yeah, this is just to show you the importance of the area. Okay. Not very useful for your intraday trades, perhaps. But what I would rather use are these ones here. Yeah. Yeah. That's what I would use. All right. And should we? Yeah, let's jump on to the next ones, and then maybe we'll look at more local stuff later. For SPX or for the S&P 500, I'm going to also try to keep it as simple as possible. I think I prepared it on the ES as well. So there's two interesting factoids, I suppose. Depends on which chart you're using for this, but also a very high time frame fixed range pull. The big fat point of control is right here. Yeah, so similar to the big level in terms of value area for Bitcoin, you can also see that for this specific asset, this has been support, resistance, claimed it but failed. So resistance again, resistance again, resistance again. Initial resistance, now attempting to flip it to support. Cool, right? Cool. So obviously we start thinking about, where could this go? Ultimately, if this is to be a range rotation, then just like with every range, there you go. There's your value area high. So that's something to keep in mind as well. And we're kind of close to the middle now. Very high time frame analysis, yeah. But if this is actually able to claim this area and hold it, so it's basically the 4140, and not just, take the highs here and go back down or reject off of this horizontal level here. That's a weekly right there. Then this could have nice traction to the upside, right? Super bullish. Hard to imagine the way the world economy is and things are going. It's crazy. But on the other hand, that's the beauty of the charts, that you can just look at the data in front of you and not speculate or wonder about this and that. And oh my goodness. Here it's a bit different. Yeah, so if you're using the Wanda chart, the point of control is higher. Yeah, so this is actually giving you a bit of something to work with. There you go, golden pocket, and ooh, that's nice too. Yeah, but still, that would also offer us from this perspective a bit more of upside, and of course range of tension higher as possible. But this one I'm still using this big green box on because same principle as I was showing you before. Very, very important. Support, resistance, 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 resistance. And on the last public stream on the 17th of April, or at least my last public one, I was just asking the same question. Yeah, why should this time be different? Why should this not be resistance this time? Yeah. It's worked well to expect it that way. And even if you do claim it, sometimes it's not long lasting. Yeah. So it's a very, very important area as well. But hey, at least let's be fair. We have managed to close a monthly candle for the first time this high since April 2022. So it's been a year since this asset has been able to close a monthly candle this high. That's pretty cool. Yeah. It does look like it really finally wants to get past this area by closing a monthly candle above it. Maybe now kind of backtesting the area. In other words, pulling back in May a little bit, but ultimately finding strength to power on, reclaim the monthly open, which is where we are right now, and push higher. That's the requirement. Yeah. And the next monthly level is up here. If that's the case, if that's to be the case. Yeah. The next monthly level would be up here. If you manage to clear this this big fat area of resistance where we are right now. Yeah, that would be lovely, man. Oh, how crazy would that be, huh? That would be crazy. That would be crazy. Crazy. That would be crazy. Oh, okay. So we have to pay a bit of attention around here, obviously. That could be a problem as well in this one. Yeah. So yeah, very nice possibilities for upside are there. And it's very important to not be to not get nervous about this or rush into anything. These are just plans, yeah, high time frame ideas that that we could start working with if, yeah. And now the ifs come, yeah. You just look at that's even backtesting the box. And re-entering this box is nice for a backtest, but it's also dangerous in the sense that it could just be the beginning of the reversal. So keep that in mind, yeah. This was quite nice. You've basically grabbed all the liquidity that was here, any possible stop losses set there. But revisiting this area again would be much more bearish, yeah, because there's nothing more here to, or pretty much nothing to hold you back. Yeah, that's your lowest daily of support now. So for more local stuff for this week, for example, definitely would mark this one. But that's, phew, that's a deep retracement, man. That's kind of a deep retracement. Ugh, that's a bit too much, I suppose. No, I guess it's okay. Yeah, that's a deep one. Yeah, maybe here to the point of control. That would be enough. That's enough. Don't make it too, yeah, something like try to re-enter and then go. That would be okay. That would be okay. If not, yeah, of course, as soon as you re-enter a range like this, you always have to consider a possibility of rotating to the value area lows. Yeah, it's just a range in the end. Okay. Do we have any old stuff that we can play with? Let me see. Just have a quick look. So, okay, these are gone. These two. Not these and not these. And those would be the highest ones since, well, February 23. All right. So another one here. Ooh, look at this lonely daily level. Hello, buddy. What are you doing here? So daily levels I would not necessarily use for big swing things, but definitely, oh, look at that. They line up quite nicely, huh? But it was already tapped here, so that one has already done its job. So I suppose we need a fresh one. Now we need to look at something like this here or this one here. But ideally, I would like something more of a higher time frame thing. Yeah, that's better. This weekly level, that would be more interesting. Okay. That would be more interesting. Yeah. So that's your next, if we continue to push higher. Let's take the biggest one possible. Okay. Yeah, that's something to be aware of as well. All right. So, but that's a bit far away for now. So I think for this week, I would be very keen on seeing today, like I mentioned at the beginning, since not everything is open, it's kind of a more observational day for me. I want to see how everything sets up so far. Let's see what the New York session does. Yes, it is pretty much the only one that's has a chance to do something juicy. Well, it doesn't have it. Yeah, the one where I would expect it more. And then see how Tuesday lines up. That could be very interesting. I think this week could be quite telling for what's to come next. And for now, we can just treat this as a range, much the same. Maybe we can get a swing failure pattern there. We already have this one here. Yeah, let's see. Okay. I want to show you Apple real quick because you tell me if you see a chart like this. And now I'm putting together 3 years of data almost. And we're just trying to make it past the value area high. Very impressive, very impressive. But is this a place where you want to get aggressive on long positions? Just a rhetorical question for yourself, yeah? I prefer to buy low and sell high. And not really buy high and hope to sell higher. Of course, it can have continuation, but we're reaching areas that have been historically problematic. Yeah, in other words, it's been a problem in the past, and here we are getting very close to that as well. Monthly levels have all been taken. They would be around 177, 174. Weekly would be here. That's kind of a weird one. let's just say this area, 170 pretty much. That was your last standing one, and another one here. Yep. So, whoops, sorry about that. So something to keep in mind would be this, for example, yeah? You can mark your value area high of the past 3 years as kind of your make or break thing. And you can even go on the daily time frame and see what's what in here, yeah? So today, that's the pre-market data already showing up. We did manage to close a candle above that. And hey, trend-wise, you know, fine. Higher high, higher low. It's bullish market structure. That's fine, yeah? It's just that we've reached a very heavy area of resistance. So perhaps we need to give it a bit more time, maybe something like that, and just continue. Yeah. So any type of juicy retracement that I can find, that's okay for a long. It gives me an easy stop loss or an easy invalidation. But otherwise, I don't like buying when price has just gone like that. Yeah. And for selling, I would like to see more weakness. In other words, get below this value area and start doing stuff like that. Yeah. Start taking lows, and change basically the geometry of what you see here. Yeah. This is bullish, then they will start looking more bearish. Does that make sense? I hope it does. So that's what I would be looking for weakness and for a possible short position. Yeah. Like I said, this needs to cook a little bit. All right, let's jump to another superstar here. That would be the US dollar index, DXY. And we can see that it has closed a monthly candle quite low, below the yearly level. So it's a bearish statement, right? Big important support resistance level, multi-year basically. And it's the lowest monthly candle close since here, right? A year. Yeah, of the past year. So here we are. You can even mark, if you want, as an extra reference point, you can even mark this old monthly level, just so you can, you know, on the lower time frame, see what's going on, right? And we close below that. And now we seem to be in the process of backtesting this as what? As resistance. So in other words, on this one, I would prefer, if possible, this month for us to go up to this yearly level again and see what happens there. Specifically this week, specifically tomorrow or Wednesday. You know, FIB time things. Yeah, I would like that. So I would like that. Preferably, I would like this to push up again. Like, when was the 17th here? On Monday the 17th, we were here and it did push up to the yearly. I mean, look at this. Look at the reaction you got off of this. Look at the Monday. Look at Wednesday. These were actionable trades on other assets, yeah? On gold specifically for me. This was insane, man. So, yeah, there's our old reference level here, that old monthly level, right? And, yeah, I just would like to see, another visit to this. Yeah, if this is to continue the trend, it's been on a downtrend for a while now. Yeah. So if this is to continue that downtrend, buying, then you get here, maybe you take all of these highs, for example. If you can reject off of this area and continue down, then you have yourself a nice continuation of the downtrend by making a new low. Okay, that would be the main idea. Careful though, if you start doing this, then you're changing once again the geometry. Yeah, this could be a bottom formation here. It's messy. It's stuck. It's lost momentum. It's slowed down. So pay attention. That's why this yearly level is very important for me. Yeah, to see how we interact with that. Ideally, I would like to see a rejection. If this rejects from here, then this can start pushing higher. Then this can start pushing higher. You see? Because they're usually doing the opposite of each other. Okay, so that's how I'm going to approach that. The EURUSD is something you can use to trade, for example, what the dollar is doing. So the Euro USD pair, and it's the big one. And we're still stuck at this weekly level from 2022. Yeah, I think we were looking at this also in April. This is a weekly on the 17th of April. This is the weekly time frame, and you can see that we did push higher. So locally still very, very nice impulse from this yearly level touch. That's just amazing. But we're stuck here now. We're stuck here and cannot make it past this level. So that's the current standing homework for this asset. Yeah, on the daily time frame, you can see 1, 2, 3 daily levels created, right, pretty much right where that old weekly one was. Yeah. And this is our weekly level of support as it stands. Oh man, did we just backtest it? You gotta be kidding me, dude. Oh, just now as I started the stream. Yeah, for intraday trading, you gotta pay attention to these levels, man. Especially if it's an untapped one. You gotta be kidding me. What a party pooper. Didn't even wait for me. On the 1st of May, yeah? Woo, that's nice. Okay. Okay. So, I mean, I missed it. Yeah, okay, it already touched the level. But let me see what's all of this in here. Ooh. Okay. Well, at least for a scalp, it would be okay. But this bit lower would also be nice. All right. Yeah, so you need, this is a weekly level you can use definitely locally. That daily's been tapped, that one too. Okay, we're out of dailies now, huh? A shame. All right. So very locally, you can use this or that one here. But anyway, that's the, that's nice. And we're still making higher lows, huh? But this would need to move down a bit more if this is to reach the yearly level, basically, yeah. But give it a, I would give this a couple of days, to be honest, for the higher time frame perspective, yeah. So for intraday, you can already see what kind of stuff you can use. Let's have a quick look at gold, also super duper interesting. And what I've done for you here is that I've marked an area. This is the old monthly level here that was created and backtested as resistance, and we had this full moved rotation down. The area was also proved to be too much here. And now you can see that there's a bit of a difference right now. For the first time ever, gold has managed to close a monthly candle almost at 2000, but not quite. And exactly that's the problem. This 2000 area seems to be witchcraft. It seems to be a big problem, yeah. But if you look at it from this perspective, even though we're at a massive area, you know, we're basically at the top of this huge range, right? Where's my yearly levels? I think I turned them off. There you go. Not this one. I wasn't using that one. This one here was nice. So if you look at the range like this, yeah, huge high time frame range. I mean, we're talking about what, 3 years of data once again, and we're now trying to get out of this range. So this is, you know, expected to be messy, expected to be difficult. Ultimately, if you lose this area here, a possible swing short could be in the making for just another range rotation, right? So, and until then, I'm using this one and this one. So that all monthly level I'm not really using. It's just for orientation. But these are the, ooh, and another one that we just made. Look at that. Oops, sorry about that. That's a fresh one right there that we just traded through. Okay, so this one, I like the one on the edge a little better, to be honest. That's very interesting. And you can already see, look at this. Look at how price just seems to get magically stuck here, yeah? That's the key level to beat for this asset. That is the resistance to beat, 2007. Yeesh. All right. You need to get above this weekly level if you want to see all-time highs. And you need to do it with real power. Ooh, that's a lot of that's a lot of stop losses down here. Whoosh. But yeah, magic line down here, I suppose. You could also say, okay, well, this daily level is holding. Yeah. So for now, you've got a very nice range. It's also possible to use these 2 weekly levels as an orientation. Get away from the middle, of course. The closer you are to the edge, the better your risk reward can be. Yeah. The better your risk reward can be. You can even say, all right, I'm just going to take the data. Oops, sorry about that. What are these guys doing down here? I haven't used them in ages. You can take all this data here from the past month, basically. No, 2 weeks. Sorry about that. 14th of April till now. And just use this as your little local range, yeah? With the weekly levels. Yeah. So very, very interesting. Yeah. Any shorts from this area up here have been very, very well rewarded, of course. And any of the attempts at the bottom, it's a bit more, it's a bit trickier, of course. But yeah, that's the area where possibly longs can be taken. It's just that we've visited so many times. Perhaps we have to go back down to 1969 again. So DXY, in other words, the US dollar pushing up to this yearly level would mean that this probably pulls back perhaps to this area again, yeah, and gives us perhaps a long entry possibility if this rejects here. Yeah, this has to reject. That's basically how I'm looking at that. We'll see. All right, time is running, so maybe one last look to help you out. Maybe not. Monthly chart on Ethereum USD. Okay, and very nice is that you have the 3-year point of control. In other words, you can pull the fixed range data for all of this for this time period. I think I did it from here. There you go. And there's your point of control. Yeah. So a very, very important support resistance flip. Once again, this concept keeps coming up over and over. Yeah. Support, flip to resistance. And now we're trying to claim it. We closed a monthly candle above it. Very nice. And now we seem to be back testing it as support. So I'm going to say the same thing I've been saying. If 1800 can hold for Ethereum, then there's some very, very nice upside possibilities. I mean, just keep in mind the fact that the next monthly level, I know these are monthlies and take forever. Yeah, I know. But the next monthly level is all the way up here, man. So this can run a lot. So I'm really not fussed about, oh my God, is now long, not, I don't really care. Just show me that you've got what it takes to hold this level. Yeah. And then we can talk about other possibilities. Locally, however, before you even think about that high, you have other levels that you can play with, of course. This one has already been traveled through. Let me see. And yeah, this is the one. This is the very, very nice one to look at. That daily level is beautiful. That's very, very nice. And we just, man, what is up with this? Look at this. So there's a weekend price action for you, huh? No, actually, that was Friday, Saturday to Sunday. Yeah, there you go. Another daily level. So you can use this. This is a fresh one. That's nice. Definitely keep that one on your charts. But I just wanted to show you this more local range, yeah? What is actually useful? Well, this has been holding a support very nicely. And it was previous resistance very nicely, yeah? So what am I looking for here? Well, a possible long, yeah? It hasn't quite gotten there yet. It's bounced a bit earlier. But that would be the main idea, to look for a long just to get up here. Of course, I have a daily level before that. And here, well, it's resistance. So this is your like little local range that you can play with for now, yeah? And then if you want to make a statement on a higher time frame and perhaps, trend changing kind of stuff, then you will need to flip this to resistance, basically. You need to start going back into this older range and all of this backtest as resistance. Then yes, down you go. And the same thing for here. Yeah, if you can manage to get up above here and start closing higher time frame candles here, then we can attack this weekly level up here again. And then let's see what happens. Yeah. So even if you have a higher time frame plan, always you can always use the local stuff to give you a heads up on what's going on. All right. So I don't like getting bearish at big support levels. Whether they hold or not, we'll see. I would get more bearish if you start doing something like this, yeah. And you start making lows. You start making you start changing the geometry again, yeah. Even if this looks a bit channely, okay. I hope that makes sense. So this is actually pretty cool as an orientation. This 1800 area, and it can help you perhaps also with BTC, okay. So my plan is to wait for today, definitely, auf jeden Fall, ja, heute abwarten. Tuesday and Wednesday this week, I really want to see. Tuesday and Wednesday. Yeah, that's my plan. Gosh darn it. That is a nice one, man. Oh, nice. I mean, that is super duper great. But I missed it. So it is. Can't catch them all, huh? I'll catch another one. That's fine. But that's why you need to mark juicy levels like that. All right. Cool. Anyway, this one ideally would have to go lower for the US dollar to be able to reach the yearly level. So It's okay. All right, all right, all right. That was it. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. Locally, let's see what we have here. Yeah, wow, that was quite the impulsive move down here, huh? Oh, so we're very far away. But this is yesterday's value area, which was a Sunday, which is kind of like, not super duper amazing. Yeah, not very keen on selling after a move down like this, but some people seem to be. Yeah. Nonetheless, I still remain interested in perhaps a little bit lower. Yeah, because that's a fresh weekly level now, guys. I mean, 27.5. Jeez. How can I say no to that now? It's difficult to say no to juicy things like this. Yeah. Yep. I would like it a bit lower for now. Yes. Just a bit, please. And if not, then I'll take whatever comes. Alrighty. Let me check if you guys have any questions. Sound was good. Problem on my side, sorry, refresh, solved it. Okay. All right. Then, thank you for tuning in. I hope you have a fantastic rest of the day. If it is a holiday for you, well, then go have fun. And I think it's worth it this time around, or even more so than usual, to actually chill and see what Tuesday and Wednesday this week bring. We were at very key areas on many assets. Yeah. Now we've observed quite a few assets, and they all seem to be not just locally in some sort of a range and support, resistance, whatever, but they're actually high time frame make or break levels. Yeah. Things that can have continuation for weeks and months to come, possibly. That's why I think it's very, very interesting or very exciting, and also very important to be extra patient, like even more patient than patient, even if it's killing you because you're like, oh my God, I want to do something. I think money and trading is made by waiting and sitting rather than the actual trade itself. Yeah, the entering and exiting a trade, hitting a button, that's anyone can do that. But the actual waiting for the right time and the right level and the right area and the right reaction, that's what takes patience, and discipline. Alrighty, have a great day. If you have any questions, just hit us up on Discord. And the description, the link for Discord is in the description, and also for the website, successrepeated.com, and the Safehouse Discord. Just hit us up there if you have any questions. And have a fantastic week. Thank you for tuning in. Take care. Bye bye. Adios. Tschüss.